Gosh. We are live streaming, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Eagle Dog, also known as Matthew. And today we are going to do an analysis of BAM Franchising Inc. financial statements from 2018 to 2025. I've spent several days gathering documents, printing some portions of those documents, selecting which portions to print, resizing, studying, highlighting. And now I'm ready to begin the actual spreadsheet work. You are welcome to join me. I am new to the whole live streaming experience. If you send me a chat and I don't respond, it's just because I'm still trying to figure all of this out. Maybe I should just double check and make sure that I'm streaming. Let's do that. Let's make sure this thing is working here. Let's see. Eagle Dog 4. There we go. Live. Yeah, it looks like I'm live. All right. Cool. Great. All right. So I've already started, but I'm going to just show you using the old Control-Z method, the undo method. I'm going to show you how I started this spreadsheet. So there was one thing that I always like to change when I get started, is to remove the grid lines. So that was the first thing I did. And then I put in all this information to get started. I'm just going to show you a couple of the important, I'm just going to show you the steps. So first I'm just putting in some general kind of titles and figuring out where they're going to go. Obviously I need the years that I'm going to be analyzing. I'm figuring out what font I want. I like to do all this in Times New Roman. Here's a really important trick that I use for the indenting. Notice that right here, I started out putting revenues all in its own column B, but then I'm making space to indent. I'm not using the actual indent tool. There's an indent and outdent button here, increase or decrease indent, or increase and out indent and outdent. I don't use that. Instead, oh no, I lost my work. Okay, well that's good. I'll show you then. I accidentally didn't press Control-Z the right amount of ways. No problem. This will give me an opportunity to show you what I was doing. Okay, so I'm putting in the line items. And then I want to indent here. So instead of using the indent, what I'll do instead is I'll insert a column here, shrink this column down, and move this one back out, and now I've got an indentation. Right here. Oh, yeah, so I want to make these, I'm just going to give myself plenty of space to work with here. I'm going to make all of this be number format. Remove some of the decimals. There we go. One thing I'll do here is that for the total revenue, instead of just punching in the number that I see, is I'm actually going to double check it. Let's put a border in here. Let's see. There. And we'll do another one here. Bottom border. Okay. So for the total revenue, I'm actually going to use a formula. You know, you could push equals to start your formula, and then you can just use the arrows to go around and select your cells, or you can use the mouse. But instead of using the equals key, I just use the number pad, the plus button on the number pad. And that's just because it's a little bit easier to access and to find than the equals key. The equals key is over by the backspace, whereas the plus key is just way over on the edge of the keyboard. That's a trick I learned from Jim. A lot of the stuff I know about financial analysis I learned from Jim. I also learned from Jay, from Larry, from Jeff, and from Steve as well. But that plus, just using that plus sign instead of the equals as a way to start a formula, that's something I learned from Jim. So what we'll do is we'll just say sum of, plus sum of open parentheses, all of that, close parentheses. 498,784, and that is exactly what I show on the financial statement. And so that's just a way that I like to kind of double check myself as I go and make sure everything's proper. So I'll do the same thing, plus this one minus that one, minus that one, and then hit enter. And again, I'll just double check that number. 436,840. Yeah, that's good. I'm just going to put some placeholders over here and drag those way down. What this is going to do is it's going to make it so that if I want to jump around using the keyboard, if I hold down Control and press the arrows, you see I can move around very quickly. But if I don't have these placeholders, it'll send me all the way to really far off in the spreadsheet. So these placeholders are going to allow me to jump around and just only go this far. Just put them everywhere. There we go. And then I want to change the formatting of these numbers to be that when it's a 0, that it should show a line, and when it's negative, it should show parentheses. So I'm going to format these numbers. Control 1 to format cells. I'll go to numbers. As you can see, oh man, it's been a while since I've done this. Text, number, percent, user defined. And oh, here it is, format code. That's what we want. Okay. Number, general, format code. Okay, user defined. There we go. So what we do is we say, this all looks good, but we don't want any decimals. And then I think if we do it like that, maybe? Okay. This is just good timing for this. It's just because I haven't used this Excel in quite a long time. But so what I'm going to do here is just look at, this is LibreOffice, but I haven't used this particular computer, so I haven't set it up yet. So I'll show you guys how to set this up. LibreOffice, what's it called? Calc. Number format, accounting. Oh, I think, wait, I might be able to just go. currency. There we go. That's it. There. Oh, I see. Yeah, I used to even do this to change it to lempiras back in the day. This is the code here. I'll get the decimals out. And then instead of negative, there it is. There we go. Let's get rid of this dollar sign. Actually, no. Let's put it in there. I'll show you something. Okay, we'll do it like that to get started. Yeah. Good. But see that dollar sign? We only want that on the top column. So all these other ones, we'll do Control 1, Format Cell. Go to User Defined and take out the dollar signs. Okay. So now what that should do for us, yeah, good. Oop, but it's got the extra zeros, dang it. Almost. Right there, see those decimals? Perfect. There we go. And then for these ones, same thing, but we're going to keep the dollar sign in. So we just keep the dollar sign in on the top row, but then the other ones don't have it. It's already, the formatting's starting to look really good. All right, on we go. Operating expenses. Okay, so for the operating expenses, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 line items. I'm going to consolidate a lot of those. It does have professional fees. I think that's worth keeping out. Advertising expense we want to know. Officers' compensation we want to know. Shared employee costs. Not sure what that is. I don't see any other actual... Well, I'll go through and I might not include all of these. Whoa, what happened there? Huh? What's that? Huh? What's this? I don't want to track changes. I accidentally pushed some shortcut button without realizing it. Where's track changes? Oh, man. edit. Control Shift M. Cancel, no. There we go. Yes. Okay. I think professional fees, I think, is probably the lawyers. Okay, so training expenses we don't really need. Computer and software we don't really need. Travel expenses we don't really need. Depreciation, amortization, insurance license. These are all small ticket. Meals, other admissions. So I'm going to put all of those as other. Other operating expenses. And then we'll get our total operating expenses right here. And then our net income before taxes. Tax expense. Let's call it income taxes, I guess. Just copy what they have. Bottom border. Move that border there. I'll leave it. Another bottom border. Alright. So then I'll go enter these in. And I'll show you what to do when I get to the amalgamated line item of other operating expenses. Oh, there we go. Wait. Professional fees. No, I got thrown off. Occupancy expenses. Okay, so then what I'll do is I'll just go down and plug in the total actually. And then I'll get the other amount from saying this minus the sum of this. And then I can double check that my number is right by highlighting these up here and checking the sum down in the bottom. I'll zoom in so you can see that. Down in the bottom right corner of the spreadsheet, you'll see that there's a sum. And then you can adjust in your settings whether it shows the average as well or if it shows other information. But normally it's going to at least include the sum there. It's down the bottom right. So I can highlight those and then double check that sum with this number. It's just another way to be double checking as I go. And then this will be that one minus that one. No, I've done something wrong. Oh, I put in the number from the wrong year. Oh, I see. I missed something. I was just confused. Look, first we have to do this one is gross profits minus this one. And then this number I did wrong. I just got carried away. I wasn't. See, that's why I got to go back and double check myself because I do that kind of thing all the time. And then this one is that one minus that one. There we go. So by doing it that way, if I will often be looking at the wrong column, and so I do a lot of labeling and highlighting to help myself keep track of what column I'm on. But then I also double check my work as I go to make sure I've got the right numbers. Okay, that's the profit and loss. So now we'll go into the balance sheet. Maybe I'll leave a little bit of a space right there. Assets. Cash and cash equivalents. Make this one bold. Accounts receivable. Net. Inventory. I think the inventory is the Lego stock. It's all the different Lego sets and